Well, students, continuing the set theory part, already you have the few classes are over. In the last class, we can take on the operation on sets. Those are union, intersection, as well as the difference of sets and some examples. In this class, we can go for the laws of set. Once again, I repeat, in this class, we can go for the laws of set. Let U be the universal set. That means it is a big set. Let U be the universal set and let the capital letters A, B, C be the subsets of U. Then we have the following one by one laws. First law, the law of idempotent. A union A itself is A, and again A intersection A itself is A. The laws state that A union A is A intersection A is A. You can read this in another method also. A cup A is equal to A cap A is equal to A. Union, you may use word as a cup, and intersection you may use the cap. Okay. The next law is the commutative law. The union and intersections obey the commutative laws. The sets obeys union and intersection laws. A union B is equal to B union A, and in the intersection A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. The third law is associative law. The associative law state that consider the three sets A, B, C, just changing the bracket on the LHS and RHS. A union of B union C is equal to A union B of union C. And second, A intersection of B intersection C is equal to A intersection B of intersection C. Okay, next the distributive law. What does the distributive law says that A intersection of B union C, A intersection of B union C, splitting the A intersection to the bracket, it is A intersection B union A intersection C. Similarly, the union and intersection A union of B intersection C is A union B intersection B A union C. Next, it is the De Morgan's laws. It is the very important law in the sets. Let's consider all the laws by using the complement. A union B, its complement is A complement intersection B complement. Otherwise, we can read this as A union B dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash, and the intersection and union A intersection B dash is equal to A dash union B dash. So these are the very important laws of sets. Once again, to recall these: law of idempotent, commutative law, associative law, distributive law, and the De Morgan's laws. Among with these, see some more laws. These laws are just to be clarifying yourself, very clear idea will come whenever you see the laws. Some more laws. A union empty set is A, because A is the big set, empty has the no elements. A union empty is A. A intersection empty, the common elements of A and empty means empty, because if it is a set A, it consisting always a empty set and other set. The empty set containing empty set itself, there means no elements other than empty. Therefore, A intersection empty is empty. Then consider the A union U universal set. A union U, U is the big set, therefore it is the U. A intersection U, it is the A, because common elements of A and U is A itself. Next, it is the complement set. A dash of dash itself is A. A dash of dash itself is A. And A union A dash, we get the universal set U. And A intersection A dash, we get the disjoint set empty. A intersection A dash has no common element between A and A dash, therefore it is empty. And one must remember, empty set is always subset or equal to the set A. And A itself is always subset or equal to A. And the next, A union A is subset of A union B, or B is also subset of A union B. And the intersection as consider, it is reverse. A intersection B is subset or equal to A, or A intersection B is subset or equal to B. Okay, once again, some more laws. We can look at the first one. A union empty is A intersection empty is empty, A union U is U, A intersection U is A dash of dash is A union A dash is U, A intersection A dash is empty, and empty is always subset or equal to the set A is subset or equal to A is always subset of A union B, or B is subset of A union B, A intersection B is subset or equal to A intersection B is subset or equal to B. These are the some more laws of sets. Next, whatever we can consider the laws of set, those laws of sets have the proof. These laws have the proof. Before the proof, we can look at this one. A equal to B. Whenever it is possible A equal to B, A equal to B is possible only when A is subset of B and B is subset of A. All the elements of A are the elements of B, and meanwhile all the elements of B are the elements of A. How to prove the A equal to B? A equal to B can be proved by means of proving A is subset of B and B is subset of A. If it is A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then immediately we can take as A equal to B. Okay, now to come across the proof of this commutative law. What is that? Prove that commutative law A union B is equal to B union A. Second, instead of union intersection has been taken, A intersection B is a B intersection A. Consider the proof of first one, A union B equal to B union A. For that, what to prove? To prove LHS is subset of RHS and RHS is subset of LHS. That is, for this, to prove A union B is subset of B union A and B union A is subset of A union B. First, to consider the proof of A union B is subset of B union A. For this, to take an element X belongs to A union B. As per the definition, what do you mean by X belongs to A union B? X belongs to A union B means X is an element of A, union means R, or X is an element of B. So, there is a middle R, therefore we can say X belongs to A or X belongs to B as a X belongs to B or X belongs to A. Combining them, you get X belongs to B union A. Our work is started from X belongs to A union B, calling this as 1, and work is end here X belongs to B union A. X belongs to A union B belongs to B union A means from 1 and 2 it is clear that A union B is subset of B union A. Call this expression as a 1. Let us reverse the step. To consider the X belongs to RHS B union A. As per the definition, X belongs to B or X belongs to A, interchanging A and B, X belongs to A or X belongs to B, immediately X belongs to A union B. From 3 and 4, it is clear that B union A is subset of A union B. What to get from the 1 and 2? LHS is subset of RHS from 1, RHS is subset of LHS from 2. From 1 and 2, it is very clear that A union B is subset of B union A. The proof of this one, A union B equal to B union A, we can take in detail this one. LHS is subset of RHS as the part 1, RHS is subset of the LHS is part 2, and combining we get the main result. For the next proof, the A intersection B is equal to B intersection A, we can follow the simplify method. Okay, let's start the proof. Commutative law in terms of intersection. You can say in this way also, intersection of set is commutative. What do you mean by intersection of set is commutative? A intersection B is B intersection A. For the proof of this, consider an element X belongs to LHS A intersection B. By definition, intersection means and. X belongs to A and X belongs to B. This double implies, I am using the double implies because the first line goes to second line or second line goes to back to first line. Okay, let it be. Let X belongs to A intersection B means X belongs to A and X belongs to B, and A and B has been interchanged. X belongs to B and X belongs to A. What do you mean by X belongs to B and X belongs to A? It means that X belongs to B intersection A. Okay, our work is started from X belongs to A intersection B and end with the X belongs to B intersection A. From 1 and 2, A intersection B is subset of B intersection A. If you say from 2 and 1, B intersection is a subset of A intersection B, because you are using the double implies. Double implies means from 1 and 2 as well as from 2 and 1, we get A intersection B is subset equal to B intersection A. Next, to go for the same method by associative law. to prove the associative laws. Prove that A union of B union C, it is changed in the bracket only, A union B union C. Instead of union intersection using A intersection of B intersection C is A intersection B intersection C. So we can go for the proof by means of double implies using, because I said in the previous example from 1 and 2 is implies, from 2 and 1 it includes double implies, if and only if. If part means 1 and 2, only if part means 2 and 1. Okay, let it be. Now start the proof. A union of B union C is equal to A union B of union C. Let us consider X belongs to the LHS A union of B union C. X belongs to A union of B union C means using that underlined mark union as a R and splitting that X belongs to A or X belongs to B union C. Keeping X belongs to A R as it is, now X belongs to B union C can be written as X belongs to B or X belongs to C. Now there is the R between the X belongs to A, X belongs to B, X belongs to C. So we can select the first two choice, X belongs to A union B is one set, or X belongs to C. Now the R can be written as a union, X belongs to A union B in a bracket union C. From this it is very clear idea that A union B, A union of B union C is A union B of union C. So student, the associative law, second one, instead of union as an intersection, you can try yourself. Instead of union R, use the intersection as AND. Next, to go for the distributive law. The distributive means just distribute the A to the bracket with intersection and union, and distribute union and intersection in the second. Distributive law. A intersection of B union C is equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. Second one, instead of union and intersection and union, it is a union and intersection. A union of B intersection C is A union B intersection A union C. To follow the proof, consider the X belongs to A intersection of B union C. As the wherever it is intersection, I am using the AND. Wherever it is the union, I am using the word R. X belongs to A and X belongs to B or X belongs to C. Splitting X belongs to A and X belongs to B is one part, and again X belongs to A and X belongs to C is another part. In symbolic, it is X belongs to A intersection B or X belongs to A intersection C. Combining these by means of R union, X belongs to A intersection B or, that means union A intersection C. 2 from 1 and 2 and from 2 and 1. From 1 and 2 means 1 to 2, and again in the reverse step 2 to 1. It is LHS is subset of RHS from 1 and 2. RHS is subset of LHS from 2 and 1. So it is clear that A intersection of B union C is A intersection B union A intersection C. So the next distributive law you can try yourself. Just it is the change in the union and intersection. Next, the proof of the, we can come across the De Morgan's law, very important for the examination purpose also. The De Morgan's law. What does the De Morgan's law says? That A union B dash is A dash intersection B dash, or A intersection B dash is A dash union B dash. Let X belongs to A union B dash. What do you mean by X belongs to A union B dash? It means that X does not belongs to A union B. What do you mean by X does not belongs to A union B? X does not belongs to A or X does not belongs to B. If X does not belongs to A means, what do you mean by X does not belongs to A? It belongs to A dash. X belongs to A dash. X does not belongs to B means X belongs to B dash. So AND has been used as intersection. So X belongs to A dash intersection B dash. Again the same process from 1 and 2. The LHS is subset of RHS. From 2 and 1, RHS is subset of LHS. We get the result A union B dash is A dash intersection B dash. Similarly, the next one is I left it to you. Just watch out the video again and again. Complete the work what you left in this class. In the last class, one of the example I asked for the empty set, Srikanth Hiremat has been answered that in this situation our classroom is called as the empty set. Okay, you can say in this way, for example of an empty set, you may tell like that: the class without student, the set of a class without student is empty set, it is suitable. Okay, let it be, because the classroom means not only the students, it consisting the benches also, materials, it consisting the board, it consisting the some more things. Therefore we can say, okay, in this way the classroom without student is an empty set. Okay, let it be. Srikanth, thank you for your effort. I will give the one of the best example for the empty set. An equation x square plus 1 equal to 0, consisting set of real numbers. An equation x square plus 1 equal to 0, consisting, okay, I will write this one, an equation x square plus 1 equal to 0, consisting set of real numbers. How many real numbers it consisting? X square plus 1 equal to 0 means x square equal to minus 1, as x equal to plus or minus square root of minus 1, x equal to plus or minus square root of means plus or minus I. That means x containing the I and minus I. This is the set, where I and minus I are not the real numbers. Where I and minus I are not the real numbers, because these are the complex numbers. Therefore, in this example, the real values of x square plus 1 equal to 0 is empty. This is the best example for the empty set. Thank you, students. Thank you very much.